Hey guys, Eugene here. Sorry about my voice. I'm getting over a cold, but I wanted to make sure and record something for you here regarding effects and transparency and how they work. So let me clarify. If you were to draw a shape on the screen, of course you want a nice solid color fill for that, or even type something out, like I'll type out the word hello. How about I just type out the word effect, right? Then I'll select this and I'll blow it up. I'm pressing Control Shift greater than symbol just to speed things along. When you're applying effects to text, it's best to pick out something that's thick. So I'll use something simple like impact. I'll pick out a different color. So check this out. This is pretty neat. I feel like it's a little bit confusing, honestly. If you go up to effects, this has always been here, and there's a whole bunch of them. First off, I'm going to say there's Illustrator effects, there's Photoshop effects, and I don't even get into Photoshop effects. They rasterize whatever you're creating instantly. In fact, if you ever notice when you open up a new document, you'll notice over here under More Settings, it talks about raster effects, and would they be 72 or would they be 300? What that's talking about is whenever you apply Photoshop effects, it actually takes your vectors and transfers them into rasters. These just make messes. I don't suggest them at all. They're very similar to the ones from Photoshop. So today I'm talking about Illustrator effects. So these guys here. But, let's say you grab one of these, and this is a 3D. It's a very particular set of effects. We'll have a whole week on that. Convert to shape is super rare, but yes, you can convert a circle to a rectangle, or a rectangle into an ellipse. Like, watch this. Isn't that interesting? Again, we're not going to dig into each of those. Crop marks just adds crop marks. Distort and transform. We'll talk about several of these in a minute. Path. Really, all we ever use is offset. Pathfinder. You'll rarely ever do this way. Rasterize literally rasterizes whatever you're working with, which is a rare thing for you to need to do. Stylize is the stuff you're kind of familiar with from Photoshop. And SVG filters, I've never used them, never needed to use them. Warp, basically these are envelope distorts. But one thing I want you to understand before we get into any effects is just how they're applied. So let's say you've picked any effect at all. Like I'll choose, for example, how about twist from distort and transform. There's always a little box, and I have a little preview. So let me twist this box. Okay, great. It's kind of fun. Then I press OK. So that's an effect. Problem here is, how do you go back and turn it off? Well, if you go back up to effect, there's nothing there. See, effects are applied in the appearance panel. So if you actually look over here, you'll notice that twist has been applied into the properties here underneath effects. This is new to this version of Illustrator that we're in, and it's very handy. But you could click it, and you could reapply the effect. You could also hit the trash can and just turn it off. And another way to apply effects is not to go here at all, but just go to the effects button. And let's say this time that we went to stylize and drop shadow. So there's our drop shadow, which a lot of you guys are familiar with. I'll press OK. And over here you can see it's applied. So this is a place to go back and edit and delete these. So you can edit by clicking, or you can click on the trash can. But the appearance panel right here is really key to everything we're doing this week. This panel right here, the appearance panel, is connected directly to the effects panel. So any effect that I apply, you'll notice appears again in the appearance panel. See? Drop shadow, inner glow. And I can take these guys and I can actually change the order of them if I want. So if I wanted to, I could say I want the inner glow to be applied up here to the fill. Just to the fill. So that inner glow is just applied to the fill. I know that's hard to see, but it is applied. I can also change the color right here. See how I took it down to a darker color, and you can kind of see that inner glow now. Especially when I turn off the stroke, which is another thing you can do. You can turn these guys on and off in the appearance panel. So effects are edited in the appearance panel, and they are stackable. One wild thing about the appearance panel is that you can apply effects in here, but on top of all that, you can actually apply fills or strokes. So I can add multiple fills, which doesn't make much sense until you start to think about it. What if I added 2 fills? How about just 1 fill to this guy right here, right? No stroke. And I'll make this fill black, and I'll make this fill orange, a light orange. If I turn this off, I can see the black underneath. Oh, look, I didn't have it selected, so I didn't see it. One more time. Boom, boom. This one underneath is black, and this one on top is going to be orange. So if I turn this off, I see the black underneath. Well, what if I selected this fill, went to Effects, and went to Path and Offset? So I'll offset this by 10 pixels, and I end up with a stroke. But it's not really a stroke, it's just an offset shape. What's cool about this is the stroke is aligned to the outside rather than the inside. And it's not really a stroke, it's just an offset. And I can edit this, I can type something else. So I can type hello or whatever. Only I would spell hello with a W at the end. But watch, if I were to take this, I'll type it out. I'll type out hello again. And if I were to have an orange fill, so I'll just pick an orange fill for this, and a black stroke. I want you to notice that that black stroke is not aligned to the outside, it's aligned to the inside. See the difference here? Watch this guy. I'll take this fill and this offset fill for this guy up on top here, right? Because I've got this offset fill, and I'll take the offset way up to like 10 pixels or something. This is just a layer behind here. And this guy, if I take the weight up, see how that goes in to 10 points. See how it cramps the way this looks. This looks nice still, but this looks bad because the line actually overlaps on both sides. So this is inferior to that. I can't do this. I can't align this to the outside. It literally, see how I'm clicking it? It doesn't give me the option. It only allows me to align to the middle, except when I'm using this effect here. So this is an advantage. I can keep going too. I could add another fill, click the Add Fill button, the one on the top. Maybe I'll make this a light yellow, and I'll do another offset. So I'll go to Path, Offset, but I'll do a negative offset. Make this even thinner. Check that out. Isn't that neat? And this effect, this appearance, can actually be saved as what's called a style. So I don't think the styles panel is open, but if I go find it, actually it might be locked in here somewhere. Where are you, you punk? Maybe I'll edit this part out. Maybe I won't. we can all just live with the awkwardness. Here it is, graphic styles. See, if I have this selected and I click on this plus button, I can save that as a style. That means I could use it again later, just like that. I could apply it to anything later on. And if I want to go back and make any changes, just look in the appearance panel and you can make all these changes. All right, so there's a whole bunch of different ones, but in short, you've got a basic understanding of effects, where they're located at, and how to apply them using the appearance panel.